Okay, we need to have a talk and I'm so sorry. I took an impromptu break from YouTube and I didn't even mean it, but I'm really excited because 2025 marks the year that I'm officially coming back to YouTube. I'm hoping to have a bit more regular and consistent content for you. Let's talk about what happened and a bit of a recap as to why I stepped away from YouTube. Firstly, I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry I did that. I really didn't want to, and I really wanted to keep up with the consistent weekly posting because this community that we have here, I just cherish it so much. And I just felt it really deeply that I wasn't able to be there for you. I wasn't able to put those little pockets of joy out into the week that you so eagerly look forward to. I look forward to it too, so it was really a hard decision that I did not make lightly. It was one that I needed to do in order to really set myself up and to set my Paint Your Own Pottery studio up for success. So let's talk about what happened. Essentially in April, I set up a brand new business that was an extension of what I do. So I'm a pottery artist in Australia and I run a small business where I hand make and hand paint all my pottery pieces. I thought after years of making mystery mold videos, so many of you wanted to paint them yourself, and so I launched Moldy Biscuits a few years ago, which was a little paint your own pottery kit, but it was not kiln fired. To evolve from this idea and this concept, I finally saved up enough money to get a place where I could open up a physical paint your own pottery studio, which I launched and opened in April 2024. This was such a big success. We were booking out months ahead of time. We were blown away by how many pieces people were painting, like in excess of 6 pieces per session per person. It was ridiculous and it totally swamped my workload. I ended up hiring 7 staff in total to help manage and operate this business, which meant that all my energy was injected into running the pottage. Instead of working on my own art, my YouTube, my content creation and marketing myself, I ended up switching completely into marketing another business, which was an extension of what I was already doing. My big hope and dream for this project was that I would spend some quality nurturing time on it and build it from the ground up so that now it can tick along and be self-sustained by the staff that I've trained up, which it's now at that point now. I did really try to keep on top of the YouTube weekly postings. A few times I kind of came back and did 3 at a time, but then I would just slump back down. I was so burnt out. I had no energy. I couldn't even think about what to create because I was so drained and exhausted from all the new things I learned from running a separate business. There was a lot of crossover, which was great, but there were a lot of new things that I had to learn, how to make sure that we were pouring enough pieces, firing all the pieces, having a consistent protocol that meant people's pieces were getting returned in a prompt manner, but also keeping people happy and making sure that the experience was really special and sacred for every single person that came through the space. I am sorry for taking a break from YouTube, but I'm hoping that this year, now that that's ticking along on its own, that I'll be able to consistently post onto YouTube again. I feel very hopeful. I think that the year of 2024 for me was very much an intermission year, or like almost like a trampoline jump start into something greater and grander. Big goal of mine is always to open up a physical space that people can create memories in and feel the love and joy of pottery that I feel. And I'm so grateful that I've got that space now. But now it's coming back to you, the people that can't come and visit it or maybe need this little dose of insider information. I love sharing what I learn as a small business, and if it inspires you, that makes me so happy. And just sharing the love for this craft and this medium and all the doors it can open, and hopefully inspire you to get creative in 2025. Although I lost a lot of people along the way due to my break, that was really heartbreaking, but I do know that it was for a reason and I did need to take the break, and I can't let the number of followers and subscribers take away from me needing to take that time. And although it hurt at the time losing over 1,000 subscribers, I am glad I took that break so I could come back in 2025 bigger, brighter, more inspired than ever. With that said, I thought I would share my vision board for 2025. I am so beyond excited to share this with you because I think that it will give you a bit of an idea of what I have in store for not only my shop and my business, but also what you've got coming for you on YouTube and in my long form content videos. For my vision board, I have 3 main goals, and that is to make more art. Because I took such a step back from my work, I want to make sure that I'm coming back to who I am and who I was by making more art. My second vision board item is to travel a little bit more. I haven't been overseas in such a long time, so I'm hoping to make that a part of my 2025 year and take you along with me. My third item is to do another market. Now, I'm not sure with the year I've got so far planned whether this is going to be in the picture, but I really want to do another one because I loved meeting you all. I loved having those conversations. I loved watching your eyes light up when you saw my pieces. So that's a really big part of what I want to do, maybe closer to the end of 2025. I've also got a lot of other little goals along the way that I want to achieve. Now, let's get to some really exciting announcements that actually have to do with the vision board. When I opened up the pottage, I was not ready for how full on we were going to be, and the fact that we were going to be sold out and booked out every single weekend. Like, that is wild to me, but that meant that I was firing the kiln every single day, literally on my weekends, and not really having days off, because if I wasn't staying on top of the kiln firings, people's works weren't going out. And also, counterfold of that is we weren't taking more pottery back out to the space for people to then paint in the following weekend sessions. So it was hectic. It was so full on. It was pour this, pour that, clean the pots, then fire the pots, then fire people's work that had come back, then take the pieces back out, then restock the shelves. And it was just this ever-going cycle that I needed a whole team to get on top of. But also my kiln was just really just hammering through those pieces. So my biggest update for this year is I finally got a bigger kiln, an even bigger one. I remember celebrating the win of getting this kiln and how excited I was for it. And now we have upgraded to something that's almost triple the size. It blows me away. So I now have a brand new scut kiln, and I have moved it into the space, and here is a little behind the scenes of us moving the kiln into the space. This kiln is going to be such a game changer, because instead of unloading and loading the kiln every single day, I'm now going to be able to do one whole firing per week for a bisque and a glaze firing, rather than going bisque, glaze, bisque, glaze, bisque, glaze constantly throughout the week. The time unpacking and repacking and dedicating the time to Tetrising a kiln can really eat into your time of productivity and efficiency. So I'm really excited to test this kiln out. This one is a second-hand kiln. I actually got it from an old paint your own pottery business, and I also got a couple of other scut kilns as well, which I'm really excited for, which I'll be replacing my Duncan kiln with, I think, this year. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with the other ones, but for now I'm just going to use this massive workhorse. The kiln is not yet wired up. I'm actually still not sure where to put it. I'm a little bit cautious about having it inside, just because when you fire the kiln, it does put out a lot of fumes into the air, and if we have it on during the day when there's studio stuff in here, it can be quite toxic in the air. Despite the amount of ventilation and open windows we have, it will still fill the space. So for now, I'm going to keep using the Duncan kiln until I figure out where I'm going to place this kiln. But regardless, I'm so excited that it's mine now, and I can't wait to do some little minor upgrades to it to make sure that I can use it as user-friendly as possible. But until then, I'm just going to tick along using the Duncan, but the excitement of having it there is worth the wait of setting it up. My next announcement is so exciting, and it was such a pinch me moment of 2024, but it's going to be a 2025 pinch me moment. This has been in the works since I think about August 2024. I am officially coming to the US for the first time ever. A university from the US reached out to me wanting to send me over to the US to tour a slip casting factory, a slip casting exhibition, and share a how to slip cast video with their community. Saying it out loud is just like bringing it to life, and I'm so grateful and emotional, and I just wouldn't be able to do this without you, because the reason they found me was from my mystery mold videos. And if this is a sign to post the content, please post the content, because you do not know who is looking out for you. And what can I tell you about it? Essentially, I will be sharing more about this trip throughout the year. I'm hoping to have a couple of YouTube vlogs on it, as well as sharing some sort of short form vlog formats on my other social media accounts. I am going to the University of Oklahoma, sponsored by the the Fred Jones Museum of Art to come share the love for slip casting to a younger, excited, social media orientated audience. I will be visiting the Frank Goma slip casting factory, and I have seen some catalogs around this, but I'm so excited. I have no idea what I'm walking into, but I'll be sharing the process of the tour, what they do there, a bit of history behind Frank Goma in some videos later on in the year. I'll also be visiting the Frank Goma Pottery for Those Who Like Nice Things exhibition at the Oklahoma University. I'm not too sure, there's a few little details that I'm not too sure of just yet. That's a lot, but that's not all. I actually had USA on my vision board for 2025, and I booked a trip to the USA to come to the NCECA conference. So the NCECA conference is a national ceramics conference, and it brings together potters, pottery distributors, kiln people, glaze people, technique people, tool people, all these people, and it's one of the biggest ceramic conferences in the world, and it's happening in Salt Lake City in Utah this year. I found out about this last year and saw what a huge success it was. So Chrysanthos Color went last year, which is a glaze company that I use for pretty much all my works. They took one of my Aussie animal pots over, and so many of you went up to them recognizing my work and saying how nice it was, and they gave me that feedback when they came back. One of you even gifted them a little mug magnet to gift to me back here in Australia, so they brought it all the way back from the US to give to me at my launch of the pottage. And I just knew at that moment that that conference was such a staple of the ceramics community that I really wanted to go. I decided that's it, I'm going to America in 2025. I booked the tickets, and I reckon maybe a month later was when the Frank Goma exhibition reached out to me to send me over as well. But this trip, I was like, I want to treat it separately. I want it to be a holiday and a personal experience rather than it being based around work. So I'm coming to the NCECA conference, meet some amazing pottery brands, and yeah, really get a feel for the ceramic community you have in the US, because you guys have so much more access to things than what we do here in Oz. I'm going to be going to LA, and I'm hoping to visit Disneyland for the first time and a few other little things, and I'll hopefully be sharing the journey of that with you, which then leads us to the rest of the year. What are my plans? This year, I really want it to be the year where I finish and tidy up all those projects I didn't finish in 2024 due to the pottage opening. I have a platter mystery mold video. I have another mystery mug mold series video. I also have a bunch of mystery molds I opened and poured and then just didn't put designs on because I just couldn't put the energy into the pieces at the time. This year is kind of like me finishing off some unfinished projects. Aside from giving you guys some more content and being more active online again on social media, my third and final kind of goal for 2025 is to do another market. When I did the Finest Keepers in 2023, it was the first time I'd ever done a market, and we sold out not once but twice, and for that I am so grateful, because it gave me the backing to be able to purchase the pottage space and build that up to what it is today and really set up a long-lasting legacy, I guess. I really did love the market experience. My inner child felt like I was setting up a little shop. It was so exciting that people were loving what I was making and hearing your stories, and also getting to see my work find loving homes. And selling out twice and then not doing a market the following year just felt really against what I should have been doing, but I am so glad that I took that step back. There's two factors of this: is my personal endeavor to do it, but also a staff endeavor to do it. At the end of every year, my staff before, I've always had a check-in and talk to them about what they found worked really well and some goals and aspirations they have. For two of those staff, it was actually brought up that they would love to do a market. That was actually really validating, exciting, and wonderful, because it's kind of been on the back burner for me too. So with them saying it, I sort of said, well, let's see how this first quarter of the year goes. And my plan is to hopefully do another market at the end of 2025. Now, I'm not sure whether that's going to be Sydney or Melbourne or even Brisbane. I'm not sure where that's going to be yet, and I'm not sure which market, but I will keep you in the loop as things progress. And it might also change. I might get later in the year and my aspirations and dreams change based on what doors open up from this America trip. That is pretty much a summary of my 3 main setting big goals that have to do with my business. Another sort of big goal I have, which you could probably see on that vision board, is finishing off a few home projects, some renovations that I really want to finish. Another like kind of floating idea aspect is to hopefully set up the garden in the backyard. We also purchased a very old rundown secondhand caravan, which we're hoping to restore at some point, whether that's this year, next year, or a future year, I don't know, but it's been sitting in our backyard for a very long time. So I really would love to do that project as well, but whether it happens this year, I don't know. I'd like to do more mystery molds. I'd like to do more Aussie animal releases and more just general art releases, which is kind of on my vision board as well. There's actually two more little aspirations, which I think are more like a longer term type of goal, and whether they happen this year, who knows. But one of them is to open up another space of the pottage, which will have more of the hand building tactile aspects of pottery, and maybe offering great pottery throwdown style workshops in the space that go beyond the pottery painting, because that is something that has been like highly requested, but something that takes a little bit more logistical work to get working and operating. The other goal I have, which is a bit like been a bit of an ongoing goal. I don't even know why it's a goal. It's just, I would love to be able to call myself an author, and I'd love to be able to make a book, whether that's a how to slip cast book, maybe a behind the scenes book, or whether that's like a little tutorial book on certain clay projects. I am not sure, but I would love to write a book one day. And you know what? I'm just gonna put it out into the world, because so many times in these videos, I put something out into a video and I share it with you guys, and then becomes a reality, like a true video manifestation of my future life. That is my end of 2024, start of 2025 updates and announcements video. I would just like to say a massive thank you for watching if you've gotten this far. I mostly put this video out to you guys, the loyal, amazing, incredible community, just to give you an insider of what has happened along the way. I also did want to just say a quick apology for the quality of the short form content lately. I had my camera die, and I've been trying to learn how to use this new camera, and I actually had to return one because it was overheating and not recording the sound properly. This one is now recording the sound properly. I just could not fix it. Thank you so much for putting up with those really terrible quality videos. I just thought that if I put them out there, you guys would just like let it pass, that it was not the best quality, but you guys are really onto me about that. So I am really sorry. It was technical stuff. I also just wanted to acknowledge the fact that the sound quality was so poor. It meant that the AI captions wouldn't pick up what I was saying, so it made my videos inaccessible, and I did not know because I was editing, but for some reason the AI just would glitch out as soon as it was scheduled to go live. I am so sorry, because I always edit the captions before they go live, but sometimes the social media apps, every single platform does it. Sometimes you'll edit them, and regardless of your edit, it will still post with the incorrect captions. So again, I'm so sorry for that. I had no ill intent with that, so thank you for bringing it to my attention. Hopefully the videos from now on are good. It seems like this camera is working pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to see what 2025 has in store for both of us, and I hope you'll join me for the ride. I'll see you next time.